Hello everyone and welcome to Mermaid Song Tarot and your full moon reading for the month of November. Hi, we're so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. All right, we've got an exciting full moon this month in November. This is going to be a full moon in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign. It is sometimes called the beaver moon, and interestingly enough, this is also going to be a blood moon. What that means is that we are going to have a full lunar eclipse on the full moon this year on November the 8th. So lots of exciting astrological things happening. And what does it mean when we have a full moon? Well, the normal energy of a full moon is such that it's always a time to reflect on your accomplishments. What have you achieved in the goals that you set in the last 30 days? It also gives us an opportunity to reassess where we're at, to release whatever doesn't serve us at the moment, and then also to set some new goals, especially for the next 30 days. All right, now this particular moon in Taurus is going to highlight relationships. Specifically, and this could be, it's actually all relationships, career relationships, your friends, your family members, love relationships, any person, and I'll venture to say animals and trees and plants and whatever else you have a relationship with. So it's going to highlight all those relationships and really cause you to look at them and think clearly about who or what no longer serves me at this point in time. And what kind of relationships do I want to experience? Are the relationships that I currently have the kind that I want to experience? Or are there some relationships that I need to release? And let me just say, this can also be relationships with things as well. It might be your relationship with health or food or exercise. You can think of a lot of things that this could be your relationship with. So it's not just with other people or animals. Okay, so, and as I've explained before, I've started a new format. And especially for this one, I have gone ahead and chosen the cards, actually let them flip through, but it takes so long and everybody gets frustrated with the shuffling, including me. So we've got 5 brand new cards here that are going to go along with the questions that I have assembled for us to ask ourselves during this full moon period. Full moons are always a great time to be reflective, and it's also a good time to do some journaling. All right, let's get into it. So our first question is, how do my relationships serve me now? Always a good question to ask. And the card that we received for this is the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, by the way, I am using the Steampunk Tarot for our reading. It's got a lot of really great steampunk Victorian pictures to it, and it has lots of nice autumn colors. Okay, so 8 of Pentacles. Now the 8 of Pentacles is always an energy. Pentacles is corresponds to the earth sign, so this goes right along with Taurus. The 8 of Pentacles is always indicative of where do we need to perfect our craft. Usually shows a craftsman, like you can see here, and they are very carefully working on something, and they're doing it repeatedly. And you can see in this photo that there's tons of little pentacles that this person is creating, and he's trying to make sure that each one is the best that he possibly can do. So how do my relationships serve me now? And well, honestly, we're all here to learn some lessons. So it's helping us to get better and better and better at them, right? And also to perfect ourselves and to perfect our soul purpose. I really like this. This is nice. It also shows us that we're going to be continually working on it. We're never going to get it completely exactly the way that it needs to be. We're here to learn. So that's what we're going to be doing, continuing to make it better. Okay. Next question. What do I need to do to experience better relationships? And the card that came up was the 4 of Wands. Now the 4 of Wands is an energy of fire and action. And the Four of Wands is always speaking about a celebration, Oftentimes this is called the 1111 card, which signifies divine blessing, because the wands, the 4 of them, make the 1111 shape. But you always see someone who's getting ready to celebrate perhaps a marriage or a party or some type of thing that's going to be a social gathering of some sort, where we go together and we gather with other people. So what do I need to do to experience better relationships? Well, also 4s are about setting foundations. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to actually take action to create solid foundations for our relationships. And the only way we can do that is by spending time with people. So isolating yourself and being all alone is not going to work. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be there physically. So you might be creating these relationships and building foundations online. And that's perfectly fine, or maybe you write. But it also is giving us the impression that there needs to be an exchange of our thoughts and emotions with one another in order to actually build a solid foundation. And this leads to celebration. I like it, especially now that we're coming up on, here in America, we're coming up on Thanksgiving. It's always the time to be grateful. So I love it. All right. Now, next question that I thought was appropriate for this full moon energy is, what do I need to learn to be better at relationships? And the card that came out, interestingly enough, was the moon. Now, the moon card is the card of the water signs, typically called the card of Cancer, but it's also Pisces and Scorpio. And this card is always about things that are hidden, our subconscious, and listening to our intuition. So with our question of what do I need to learn to be better at relationships, this really begs us to look within. You will instinctively know, what do you need to learn? Well, number one, we need to learn to listen to our intuition. What does it tell us? What does it tell us that we need to do? Okay, so the next question that I chose for this full moon is, what do I need to release? I always ask this question at every full moon because this is a time of releasing. But think about this in conjunction with your relationships. So the card that came up for this question, what do I need to release, is Queen of Swords. Now, the suit of swords connects to our thoughts, our mental processes, and our communications with others. And typically the Queen of Swords is sometimes known as being kind of very sharp with her words, at least in the tarot community. She's known for being very cutting at times with her words. She does have a sharp mind and is good at discerning things. And is good at seeing to the heart of the matter, but we're talking about what we need to release. And at times, the Queen of Swords can be an energy of being very unemotional, like only being in our head, only thinking of what thoughts are important, what our mind thinks is important, and not bringing any kind of heart energy into it. So what do we need to release this month? I am going to say, release unkind words and thoughts, both to ourselves and to others. All right, our last question for this full moon in Taurus is, what does Spirit want you to know? And we got the King of Cups. So I really like this, and it was interesting that it came out this way, because we're releasing, this mental cuttingness and embracing the King of Cups, who is all about compassion, empathy, emotion. He doesn't let the emotions rule him, but he is not afraid to show his feelings, and he's not afraid to let other people experience the love that he has for them. So this is going to be something that we need to employ in this full moon time. All right, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If so, please click the like button and share it with your friends. And of course, hit the subscribe bell so that you'll be notified when new videos come out. I will be putting a link in the description if you'd like to purchase readings from me. I do a variety of different types of readings in my Etsy shop, and I also sell these gorgeous tarot and oracle decks that I show on my videos, so please visit me there. Thank you so much for being here, and many blessings.